So in this video, we'll be trying to solve this question on the VT graph, okay? So you're given this VT graph here, and the questions include number one, from the above, that's the VT graph, calculate the number one, total distance covered, number two, the average speed, number three, the retardation, number four, the maximum speed attained during the motion, okay? So this is our second class on the VT graph, okay? If you missed out the first class, please check out the first class. It's a free video. This one is a paid video, okay? For the free video, I'll leave a link to our first class so you can check out our first class before this one. Okay, let's get straight into solving this. First things first, number one there, we have to find total distance. So number one, we have to find total distance covered by this graph here, total distance covered. To get total distance, all you have to do is divide this graph here into different shapes or different sections, which this becomes your first section, this becomes your second section, this becomes your third section, this becomes your fourth section. So to get the distance of each of the section, simply take the area of the shape. That's all. Take the area of the shape. Let's start with section 1. So for section 1, let's say for section 1, what shape do we have there? For section 1, you can see that the shape of section 1 here is triangle OAB. It's a triangle. So I would have triangle. I have triangle OAB, OAB. And for a triangle, the area of a triangle is half times base times height. So let's get the base of the triangle and the height of the triangle. It becomes half times, what's the base? If I look at this triangle here, it starts from this point here, 0, and it ends at this point, 5. So the distance or the base of this triangle is simply 5 minus 0, which is 5. Okay, so distance from here to here is about 5, and that forms the base. So half times the base, 5, times the height of the triangle. Now for 1, the triangle starts from this point here, and ends at this point here. To get the height, simply trace this value to the vertical axis. If I trace it to the vertical axis, I have here as 0. Trace this to the vertical axis, I have here as 10. So the height becomes 10 minus 0, which is equal to 10. So that means the height of this triangle for section 1 is 10. All right. So it becomes half times base times the height is 10. All right, so if I do this, this is equal to half times 5 times 10. That gives you about 25. So my answer here is 25 meters. That's your first section. Let's go over to the second section there and see what we can get. For the second section, or for section 2, let's call it section 2. So for section 2, let's get the shape. For section 2, what shape do we have? All right, let's say this. For section 2, the shape is this, that's this, and then this. What shape is this? This is simply a trapezium, okay? So for section 2, we have a trapezium, something that looks like this. Okay, so we have this. Let's see the labeling here. This now becomes, let's call this ABDC. All right, the trapezium here is AB, A, B, D, C. Now for this, what's the area of a trapezium? Can you remember? All right. The area of a trapezium, it's simply equal to half. Okay. For this, you take a trapezium usually has two different heights. Let me call this H1. I'll call this H2. I'll call this breadth. To get the area of a trapezium, simply take half into H1 plus H2. All right. So the different heights, then times B. That's how we get the area of a trapezium. And that's equal to half. Let's look for H1. For H1, we have the first height, which starts from here and goes and ends at this point here, right? So if I trace it this way here, the value is 10. So my first height there is 10. That means H1 is 10. So I have H1 as 10 plus, let's get H2. H2 is simply your highest height, which is at point C. So start from here and goes this way. Trace it to the left hand side, this way here. or to the vertical axis, the value there is 25. So the value for H2 is actually 25. So this plus 25 into, let's get the breadth, that's the horizontal distance. For this, it starts at number 5 and it ends at 20. So it becomes 20 minus 5 and the value there is 15. So the breadth is about 15 in value. All right, let's take that one down. So it becomes times the breadth, which is 15. I have 15 here. All right, let's multiply this. So if I have this, let me punch this very fast. Half into 10 plus 25 in brackets multiplied by 15. The answer here is 262.5 meters. So we have this. All right. So this is the value of the section 2, the area of section 2. Let's get for section 3. So for section 3, first things first, identify the shape. For section 3, what's the shape of this section here? Obviously, this is a rectangle, runs this way. So I have, excuse me, we have this running this way from here to this point here, then goes this way, and then goes up like this. I have a rectangle. So for rectangle 3, we can see that this is C, D, F, E. All right. So we're having C, D, F, E as a rectangle. So for section 3, we have a rectangle, which is C, D, F, and E. And we know that for a rectangle, the area is simply length times breadth. And that's equal to, let's get the length of this rectangle. Length is simply distance from the top up to the bottom. And we can get this value by simply taking the top here. So trace the top to the left hand side. We have the value here as 25. So the value there is 25. Okay. So I have this as 25. Length is 25 times, let's get the breadth. For the breadth, we're taking the distance for breadth of section 3, distance from this point to this point there, and we're having that as 90 minus 20, and that's equal to 70. So the value there is simply 70. So that's your answer. All right, let's get that as 70. So this times the breadth is 70. So I have this as 25 times 70, and the value here is about 1750 in meters. So I have this. All right, I think we're left with one last section. Let's look at for section 4. For section 4, what do we have? Let's say this. So what's the shape of section 4? Section 4, we can say this. We have EFG. It's a triangle. So triangle EFG. This becomes triangle EFG. And we know that for a triangle, the area of a triangle is half times the base. Let's get the base and the height. For this, the base is simply distance from this point to this point, and that's simply 110 minus 90, which gives you 20. So the base is 20 in value. 20. Let's take that one down. The base there is 20. So half times base times height, and that's equal to half times base is 20. Okay, times, let's get height. The height is simply, for this diagram, just trace this point here. This is the apex point here. Trace it to the left hand side, which will still give you 25 as your answer. So the height there's about 25. Becomes half times base times 25, half times 20 times 25, and this is equal to, the value should give you about 250. So my answer here is 250 in meters. All right, so having gotten the area of each of the section, which is the distance for each section, the total distance covered would be equal to, let's add each of them. For section 1, the value was 25, or is 25. For section 2, we have 262.5. For section 3, we have 1750. For section 4, we have 250. So let's add them together. For section 1, our value was 25, plus for section 2, our value was 262.5, plus for section 3, our answer was 1750, plus for section 4, our value was 250. So 250. All right, so let's add up these values. If I add these values up, this will be equal to 25 plus 262.5 plus 1750 plus 250. Your answer gives you 2287.5. Now, don't forget you're getting distance, which is measured in meters. So your answer is 2287.5 meters. So this is your answer. Okay. All right. So all of this was the calculation for section 1, which is total distance covered. Let's look at section 2, which is the average speed. All right. Section 2, let's look at, or question 2, let's look at average speed. So average speed. The formula for calculating average speed is simply equal to